Cześć, witam was wszystkich na moim kanale, ja jestem Sam, a to jest kolejny odcinek z serii Dziedzictwo Hogwartu. Dzisiaj zaczniemy sobie od rozmowy z Lockdockiem, bo na tym sobie ostatnio zakończyliśmy podróż, także jeżeli nie widziałeś poprzedniego odcinka, zapraszam do oglądnięcia, jeżeli widziałeś, to zaczynajmy.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You said this would repair the chasm between the two of you. How did you not expect him to react this way?
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Cock.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return.
Dobra, widzę, że chłopakowi nie wyszedł ten język gobliński tak jak mówił, że umie. Ale dobra, zobaczmy co my tu mamy. Tutaj, o jajka, możemy to wziąć, bo to nam się na pewno do eliksiru przyda. I tu jest brama z okiem, czyli już zmieniamy się w niewidzialność. Nawet nie zauważy, że przejdziemy.
The door is looking at us.
Mamy tą technikę opanowaną na skrzyniach z okiem. Także zróbmy chłopakowi wycieczkę, zobaczymy na ile się przyda.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
O, i mamy tu inżynierię goblińską.
I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Bardzo fajnie. O, to się da podpalić.
Impressive workmanship for so simple a
I
task.
co nam to zrobiło? Otwarło nam windę.
Workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Tutaj jeszcze coś jest. Złoto. Chodź, jedziemy niżej. Zobaczymy, co nas czeka w tej pięknej krainie. Co to za przełącznik? Stało się coś? Czy się nic nie stało? O, taśma nam ruszyła i zjechały worki. Bardzo dobrze, zawsze złoto do przodu. To też wiemy, jak działa. Także nie ma problemu. Jedziemy. A tam już kolegów słychać. Jedzie z nami w ogóle ten? No co za gość? Siadaj. Siadaj, bo nie będę jeździł tam i z powrotem, bo mi nie płacą za to.
Keep your wits about you, Omid. I'll get you through this mine.
Właśnie, ja mogę przecież ich przejmować. Zapomniałem sobie właśnie, że ja mam ten czar do przejmowania kontroli nad innymi. O, stoi se tu przejęty gość. Teraz go można wykończyć, bo już nie jest potrzebny. Nie narzekaj. Nie narzekaj, chłopak, tylko idzie... O, tu są drugie drzwi. A tu mam jeszcze jeden przełącznik, to może znowu nam coś zjedzie. Kurde, czym ja to robię? Zapomniałem zakręć przestawić. Próbowałem to zamienić. Ale to trzeba chyba pierwsze aktywować w ogóle, żeby był napęd do tego ogniskiem, tak jak to pierwsze zrobiliśmy. A tutaj ogniska to ja nie widzę. Wejdźmy na drugą stronę. Może tam coś będzie. Tak jest, mamy to ognisko. I teraz nam to powinno zadziałać. Stało się coś? Bo nie widzę, żeby się cokolwiek stało. Dobra, idziemy dalej. Nie będziemy tu czekać. Kolejne mieszki ze złotem. Dobra, ale tu możemy być niewidzialni. Znaczy możemy być niewidzialni. Coś się tam gotuje w kociołku. Dobra, chłopak, sprawdzaj te plany, tu po to przyszłeś ze mną. Patrz tam na plany, ja tu sprawdzę, czy nie ma hajsu. Już popatrzyłeś? Rękawice, które nic nam nie dają. Złoto i złoto, ale też nie za dużo tego złota widzę. Oj, chodź, pokażę ci, jak się działa w terenie. Gdzieś. Także ucz się, zapamiętuj, tylko nie rób tak u siebie.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be more notes around here.
A tu co się dzieje? Chodź, tu mamy kolejne plany. Patrz na to, ja tu przeczepię teren.
Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics.
Oj, tu będzie gruba akcja. Wszyscy? A, tu jeszcze jest. Tu się mi schował. O kurde, ile tam na nim siedzi. Chodźcie tu zawalczyć z prawdziwym przeciwnikiem, a nie na niego będziecie lecieli w tylu. Ale mi się podobają te czary czarnej magii. Ten się tam skąd wziął? Już go ubiliśmy na górze. Dobra, udało się i żyjemy. Ale zobaczmy tutaj, bo dostaliśmy talent nawet. O, i wreszcie zrobię to, że przejęty przeze mnie przeciwnik, który walczy dla mnie, będzie rzucał klątwy każdym swoim uderzeniem, jak dobrze zrozumiałem. Także to będzie coś bardzo przydatnego. Jak to znowu mam pełne gniazda? To jest denerwujące akurat. Nie tu. Dobra, czekajcie, ja sobie to muszę na szybko usunąć. Wszystko, co mi jest niepotrzebne. Bo nie wiadomo, jakie tam skarby się kryją. A szkoda ich nie wziąć. Szkoda, że nie można mieć więcej tych rzeczy przy sobie. To się momentalnie przecież zapełnia tutaj. Dobra, to mieliśmy podnieść i to, nie? A, w sumie mogliśmy tego nie usuwać nawet. No ale kto to wiedział? Idziemy dalej. Kamień księżycowy zbieramy, bo będziemy rozbudowywać naszą zagrodę z uratowanymi zwierzętami. Zrobimy tam hodowlę, taką z prawdziwego zdarzenia. Ale na razie zajmiemy się tymi kolegami może tutaj. Ale ja wiem, co zrobię. Rzucimy na niego przejęcie kontroli i popatrzymy, jak walczy. Czy da sobie radę, chłop? Kurde, jakiegoś bidoka my wybrali. Za bardzo to on sobie nie radzi. Już? Po krzyku? Weźmy jakiegoś innego. Może trafimy mocniejszego zawodnika. Ten tu wygląda apetycznie, dawać go. Idź, morduj w mym imieniu. Trochę mu pomożemy. Zarazimy ich klątwą. Niech se pobradzi. Ida ta walka między nimi. Dobra, trzeba tam wejść na własną rękę i zniszczyć. Myślałem, że chłop da radę. Pięknie, mamy to.
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
Dobra, co tu mamy? Mamy kolejne drzwi z okiem. Tak to chyba, poza tym nic więcej nie ma. Tam jest jeszcze ten uchwyt taki do ściągnięcia. Jeszcze jakieś mieszki, ale to już nawet nie zbieram. I tam był ten uchwyt i... O, i tu jest palenisko, dobra. Czym ja to odpalam? I odpalamy to i... Użyjemy ten uchwyt tam. Zobaczymy, co się stanie. Ale chyba nic się nie stało. Dobra, nie będziemy czekać, czy coś się stanie, czy nie. Przeabrujemy skrzynię. Ty bierz te plany, panie.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of
Kurde,
here until
ładną.
we've got what we found.
Ładną konstrukcję tam gobliny tworzą. Dobra, do windy, panie, jedziemy. Musimy powiedzieć o wszystkim Lodgokowi.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Lodgok może coś na to wymyśli. Mamy iść tutaj. To zobaczymy jeszcze za te drzwi. Może tam coś jest akurat ciekawego. A, dupa. Poziom drugi. Trzeba było robić zadanie dla woźnego, to bym umiał otwierać te zamki. Nie chciało się, to się nie ma. Dobra, chociaż kamień księżycowy nazbierajmy.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Bardzo miły widok. Wychodzimy stąd, kolego. Plan jest taki. Na zewnątrz jedziesz do domu, ja idę gadać z Lodgokiem.
Can we please talk?
Kurde, ja nie mam tego miejsca tutaj zaznaczonego.
You can't imagine.
Musiałem go nie widzieć, jak byłem tutaj rozmawiać z
Talk
Lodgokiem.
about what just happened?
Co ci się tu robi? Co chcesz?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further
Dobra, to
ado,
wspomnij tam
adieu.
o moich bohaterskich czynach w tej książce, a ja idę gadać z Lodgokiem. Muszę mu opowiedzieć, co się tam działo. Musimy wymyślić plan na przyszłość.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lord Gok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
No widzę, że powoli się wszystko wyjaśnia. Ale zobaczmy, czy mamy coś tutaj do zrobienia. Co my tu mamy? Skradzione jajko. O, czyli się odezwała ta dziewczyna z tego, Poppy, żeby oddać jajo smokowi. To ja to z miłą chęcią zrobię. Będziemy mieli zakończony questshine.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right, I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her.
My tu mamy
knows
iść
she's gone
tutaj.
through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Oho, nadlatuje.
There she is.
Także może być problem.
She did make it home safe.
Piękny.
Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Tych muchomorów nawet nie zbieram, bo jeszcze nie miałem okazji ich wykorzystać, ale o, tu są jaja. Jaja z miłą chęcią przygarnę. Do któregoś eliksiru to jest potrzebne, ale nie pamiętam do którego. Na E w każdym razie chyba. Nie bój się, smoku, niosę twoje jajo.
Thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Właśnie. Zobaczymy, który wilk wygra. Czy nasz, czy ten nie nasz. Jak przejęliśmy kontrolę. Może nasz wygra. Pięknie. I co, on może teraz za nami iść?
I wonder how many they brought to capture.
Oj, chyba nie może. Dobra. Chciałem ci darować życie, kolego, ale... W takim wypadku pójdziesz na futro.
Revelio. How charming. They keep in touch with each other.
O, naprawienie.
Prepare.
O, mamy przygotowane. Jesteśmy gotowi na takie akcje.
From a distance.
Piękny wariat tam z tego smoka. Ale coś czuję, że to nie będzie takie łatwe. Że podejdziemy, damy mu jajko, on nam podziękuje i pójdziemy. Tylko tam będzie chyba szajba.
Wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon.
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky
W końcu
for us.
coś, co ma strzałkę zieloną do góry.
Watch your step.
She must have been starved to pick off a grabhorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Skrzyneczkę trzeba wziąć. Tu akurat było nic przydatnego.
Quiet.
A gdzie aż ten smok tak daleko uciekł? Kurde, ja wiedziałem, że to nie będzie proste. Wiedziałem to. Co my tu mamy robić? Nie możemy używać czarów. A chciałem się ukryć. Ta tam poszła. Dobra, to chodźmy za nią.
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Róbmy to co ona.
I'll draw your attention. Follow when it's safe.
Dobra, teraz powinniśmy dobiegnąć tam do tej bramy. I ogień. No to tam już przodem biegnie. A zaraz ją tu wyprzedzimy. Kurde, mogłem biegnąć do następnego. Dobra, ale teraz damy radę. I stąd już powinniśmy dobiegnąć do bramy. Ogień! Dobra, się teraz tu. Szajba! Biegnij, 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 biegnij! Kurde, muszę się schować. Fuck! Prawie całe życie nam to wzięło. Dobra, lepiej trzeba się chować tych zasłon. Jaki fuk, że nas to nie zabiło. Gdzie my to mamy w końcu iść? Tam czy tu? Tędy. Aha, tędy są kropki, dobra.
There's the nest. We're almost there.
O, powerbotek trzeba wziąć. Kolejna naprawa, dobra.
Why is every bridge here broken?
A mamy na wyciągnięciu ręki te zaklęcie to. To mi się podoba, że możemy sobie zmieniać między zestawami zaklęć.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Kładź to jajko i uciekaj.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntower Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could
No i
I be
pięknie.
so blind?
Kolejne zadanie jest zakończone. Powodzeniem. No już pomalutku się ten level nabijają. Ciekawe, który tu jest poziom maksymalny. Bo będę chciał go wbić. Co nam tu zostało? Rozmowa z dyrektorką, ale to sobie zostawimy na przyszły odcinek. O, ten skąd się tu wziął? Ja zapomniałem w ogóle, że on ma nasze ulepszenie do miotły. Dawać go tu od razu. Ja nie po to się ścigałem tam, żeby nic z tego nie mieć. Gdzie on jest?
hello again. Wonderful to see you.
Dawaj
As
to
before,
ulepszenie.
I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you.
4000, chłopie. Ty nie przesadzasz z tymi cenami, kolego? Myśmy się tu ścigali a ty 4000 chcesz za ulepszenie drugie? Dobra, posprzedajemy wszystko, co tu mamy. No mamy 6200 to. Nic, kupimy to, zobaczymy jak to działa.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you.
Mam nadzieję, bo inaczej tu
Thanks for
wrócę.
stopping by. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
you know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
Dobra, chodźmy to szybko sprawdzić. Czy to było warte swojej ceny? Ja tu jest wyjście z tego
Perhaps I
Hogsmeade.
could test out my new upgrade on the way.
Jak to nie było warte, chociaż ja tego mógłbym w ogóle nie kupować, bo i tak będę latał na Gryfie. Znaczy na Testralu. Ale zobaczmy. No powiem wam, że różnica dupy nie urywa. Ja tu praktycznie żadnej różnicy nie widzę. Dobra, ale porozmawiamy sobie z Nati jeszcze. Co ona nam ciekawego ma do powiedzenia? Czego dowiedziała się o Harlow? Kurde, nie pamiętam jak on się nazywał. Harlow.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit.
Truch do pierwszego kolegi. Musimy Czech obskoczyć dzisiaj jeszcze. To jest tu w karczmie? Znaczy w karczmie, w pubie. O, i to na samej górze, jeszcze tu nie byłem. Co tu się dzieje?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. but the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Dobra, będziemy to czytać później. Teraz piwo kremowe i lecimy do drugiego.
I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Ten drugi kolega co nabroił na ustawce? Z Rockwoodem. Gdzie to? Tam? Nie, tutaj pierwsze. Ten tu jest bliżej.
Works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Dobra, nie patrz na ten worek, weźmiemy go.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr.
I został
Hill
nam
returns.
trzeci zawodnik.
Where was I?
We're on the right track.
Już biegniemy go odwiedzić. Dowiedzieć się, co to on znowu przeskrobał. A czy przeskrobał, co? Do czego został zmuszony przez szantaż?
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Kolega, co się tu stało?
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling. to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
No i dobra, i tutaj sobie zakończymy dzisiejszy odcinek. Jeśli wytrwałeś do końca, dzięki wielkie. Widzimy się w następnym odcinku. Trzymajcie się, cześć!